Social Zoom Factor, episode 211.
Driving results in business these days takes something special. It's a combination of the right info and the right energy. Pam Moore has both and is here to help you avoid the pitfalls and guide your business and life by leveraging and integrating social media, powerful branding, and digital marketing. Welcome to Social Zoom Factor. Now it's time to live life zoomed.
Are you ready to take your new idea to fruition? One of the first things you need to do is get your business online. Our partner HostGator can take you from zero to turbo fast. Download their Get Online the Easy Way ebook and receive a coupon code for 30% off any new hosting package. Simply visit socialzoomfactor.com/HostGatorEasy or simply text HostGator to 33444. The Marketing Nutz agency helps companies transform their social and digital business from the inside out. Visit their website at www.themarketingnutswithaz.com for a client list, case studies, and some amazing free resources to get you started down the path of success. Hey there, Zoomers, and welcome to Social Zoom Factor. This is your host, Pam Moore. All right, today we are digging into some of the foundations of online marketing, and that is your blog. All right, do you have a blog? If not, you better get one. You better build yourself one because blogging is an incredible way for you to connect with your target audience. Who do you want to be your customer? Who are your customers? Would you like to better communicate with them? Would you like to be able to easily inform them of upcoming events you have, of what's happening, of educating them to help them solve their problems? Would you like to better build relationships with your target audience? If you answer yes to that question, then you need to have a blog. Would you like to build authority in your industry? Would you like to become a leader that people look to for inspiration, for thought to solve their problems? If you are interested in these things, you need to have a blog. And as we go into this today, even if you are a teeny tiny solopreneur, maybe you're a small business marketing leader or business owner, I want you to not feel intimidated. Okay. It does not take a large corporation and a large marketing team to have a blog. And as you know, our heart is in working with small business, and you're going to see a lot of changes in our agency and our business model over the coming months because we're going to prove that to you. And I want you to know that in my 20 plus years of experience in working with entrepreneurs up to Fortune 10 brands, even the big guys struggle with getting a blog launched. And actually, as a small business leader, small business owner, you have incredible agility that actually enables you to have a leg up on some of the large corporations. I guarantee you that you can launch a blog a lot faster than what some of these Fortune 50 brands can do, right? They have so much red tape and, historical infrastructure, legacy infrastructure and technology they're stuck with. You right now today can go pick up the best technology and get it launched. Even if you have a blog sitting up out there that, is kind of putting lipstick on a pig, you can blow that thing up and get something new and modern that's going to help your business grow and profit much more quickly than a large organization. So today, so that I can provide you the most value as possible in this conversation, I am going to give you 10 solid foundations. These are fundamentals that you need to have for every single blog post. Now, I encourage you to also check out some of our other resources. I've talked about how to build an integrated platform that works when you're not working. I've talked to you a ton about content marketing. I've talked to you about how you can become the media, because as you start to build your online platform, you become the media. You have an opportunity to grab those eyeballs and those hearts and those ears by leveraging new media and technology and text and all of these things that are happening in the online world today. So I will list all of those resources for you on the show notes page for this episode. You can just go to socialzoomfactor.com/211 because this is episode 211. Can you believe it? And I also want to tell you that we are launching a whole new platform for training and resources for small, medium business. And you can find that and sign up to have early access to that. Go to socialprofitfactor.com and you will be one of the first to know about it. And we will be offering some amazing deals for founding members. All right, so let's get started. Number one fundamental that you need for your blog in general, as well as every single blog post, you need a mission. Okay, what is your mission? What are you wanting to accomplish? Why are you writing the blog post? Why does your blog exist? Why do people care about it? What are you wanting to accomplish with your blog? Okay, I want you to think about that. When you write a blog post, what is your mission of that blog post? Is it just to educate people and provide useful information for that particular post? Are you looking to drive a specific action, which we'll talk about in a minute? Are you maybe looking to educate about your business, about how you can help somebody solve a problem? Now, I would tell you to be careful about having only missions for your blog posts that are self-serving. We want to make sure we are focused on serving our audience, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But know what the mission for your overall blog is and what each single blog post. What are you going to accomplish? Number two, you need to have a call to action. So what is that call to action? And I don't want you to get too hung up on this. And we work with a ton of small businesses, and this is the area they get really hung up. And they're like, Pam, what do you mean by a call to action? I don't have a call to action. Okay, well, we need to create you some call to actions. How are you going to bring people closer to your brand? How are you going to grow your email list? Okay, if you're wanting to establish relationships with your target audience and you're wanting them to communicate and learn from you and the resources that you have, email marketing, for example, is a great way to do that. So an example of a very good call to action would be a checklist or a white paper or a worksheet, some type of resource that your audience, your target customer can utilize to solve a key problem that they have. So when you think about a call to action, it doesn't necessarily always have to be something that you are selling. Think about things that you can create that will help your audience solve their core problems. What's keeping them up at night, and create a call to action that will help them with that problem. And I talked about this in a past episode on aligning, customer problems to your content. I will make sure I link to that in the show notes page. So create some call to actions. And the goal with that is to bring people closer to your brand so that you can build relationships with them. Maybe you're wanting them to go subscribe to your email list, as we talked about. Maybe you're wanting them to come join your Facebook community. Maybe you have a private Facebook group you would like them to join and be part of that community. Maybe you want them to purchase a course offering that you have or come to an event that you're offering. Just make sure that that call to action is very clear. People like to be told what to do. Number three is, what is your path? Okay, so you have a mission, you have a call to action. So you kind of have that carrot that's out there. You know that you have something to offer people, but what is the path? Where are you going with the post? And how are you going to accomplish your mission? And make sure that in the path, as you're writing the post, and we're going to talk about structure in a minute, but be thinking of the path, okay? And how are you going to avoid rambling and stay focused, but still make sure you're going somewhere, that you're taking them on a journey that they're going to learn, and they're going to learn more as they read through your blog post. Next up, number 4, we have structure. So this means that every blog post needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? You can't just throw up a set of 10 bullets and call that a blog post, right? You need to make sure you have the right amount of content. We're going to talk about that in a minute, and that there's enough substance that there is value, right? So if you have most of your blog posts are only 200 to 300 words, that's not enough. I would look at least 1,000 to 1,500 is where we have seen the greatest success, and with most of our clients. And you can go do some research out there, and you'll see the data supports that. So you want it to be a little bit longer and you need to know your audience, right? So you need to understand how much time do they have? When are they going to be reading this content? How are they going to be reading the content on a mobile device or, on a desktop? And what time of day is it? You need to get in their head. 5 is what is in it for the reader. So what is going to make them walk away virtually from your blog post and think, oh my goodness, that was an amazing article. It was helpful. It solved a problem. It inspired me to think differently. I am going to go tell my friends, you need to go read this article, or you need to go watch this video, or you need to go listen to this podcast because it really made me think about ABC, whatever it may be. All right. So what is in it for the reader, and what are they going to walk away knowing or understanding that they didn't before they opened up that blog post? Okay. Have a goal that your reader, your listener, your viewer walks away smarter than when they walked in. Okay. So I know we have 5 more tips that we're going to get to, 5 more fundamentals. But before we do that, we need to hear a few words from our sponsors. So please give them a listen, and I will be right back. The new year brings a time for evaluation, reflection, and planning. As an entrepreneur, you know your product, your target market, and how you are going to differentiate from competition to achieve success. One thing that often gets forgotten, though, is the online foundation. Do you have the right digital foundation to build a structurally sound business, or are you building on sand and hoping it will hold? Successful businesses are built on steady ground. You need a blueprint for success, curb appeal, and security. Our partner HostGator can help you do this and more. Download their Business Builder Kit, inclusive of 9 steps for planning your website, 10 mistakes to avoid on your homepage, and 3 easy steps to protect your website from hackers. Simply go to socialzoomfactor.com/HostGatorBiz or text HostGatorBiz to 33444. Again, that is socialzoomfactor.com/HostGatorBiz or text HostGatorBiz to 33444. Do you ever feel stuck in a rut, like your online business and social business isn't all that it could be? The Marketing Nutz agency helps small businesses clear up to the Fortune 50 brands, provide clarity and vision for current and future programs. The Marketing Nutz believe in ROI-driven decision-making while still inspiring audiences with relevant content. From social business strategy and consultation, influencer marketing, to corporate training and workshops, and fully outsourced digital and social programs. The Marketing Nutz helps you prioritize your investment, impact business goals, and inspire your audience to invest in a relationship with you. To start the conversation, visit www.themarketingnuts.com. I'm back. Okay. Number 6 fundamental is know your audience. And we touched on this a couple minutes ago, but talk to your audience in a human way, not like an SEO robot. So this is a huge mistake that many brands, big and small, make, is they will go and they will hire an SEO type of digital marketing company to create their blog or create their website. And then they'll, say, okay, go ahead and write some content for me. Well, this group writing this content only understands the old school SEO. So they're going to start writing you some short, sweet blog posts that are probably loaded with keywords and are probably going to do very little in helping you accomplish your mission, helping you, create call to actions other than buy my product, helping you create that path that's going to make sure your audience knows where you're going with the post, avoiding rambling, knowing what's in it for the reader, right? So you need to know who your audience is. What are their demographics? How old are they? Where do they live? What's their job? So that you can talk to them in a human way. Tell them stories. I love starting out my blog posts telling my audience a story. I love, either getting in their shoes and saying, okay, here's what's happening today, right? I just wrote a recent blog post and podcast on Facebook advertising fundamentals. And I started the post with, all right, you have put together an incredible incredible marketing campaign. And now you're ready to take it to market and utilize Facebook advertising. So get in their head, get in their shoes, make them connect with you from the very first sentence, right? Every sentence in your blog post matters, and make sure from that very first sentence, you're grabbing their attention and you're connecting with them as a human being. And if you feel shaky with this, as I'm talking about understanding your audience and you don't really know your audience and you're thinking, Pam, I don't know my audience, I'm a host, what am I going to do? It's okay, right? I've done a ton of podcasts on this topic, and I encourage you to go download our audience analysis worksheet. Go to socialzoomfactor.com/audience, and it will help you tremendously. Tip number 7 fundamental is to beautify it. All right. How you impress people when they come to your blog, the first 10 seconds matter. You have less than 10 seconds to grab their attention and for people to decide whether they are going to stay on your page or not. So things like images are incredibly important. Did you know that our brains process images 60,000 times faster than text? All right. So you need to have the right colors that are going to drive the right emotions and the right feelings in your reader, in your viewer, so that they are going to understand and feel what you want them to feel when they come in contact with your brand online. But when it comes to beautifying, you're looking at things also like fonts and overall layout and display. Are you making it easy for that reader to know what action you want them to take? Is your content easy to read? Or are you displaying it with some type of fancy font that can't even be displayed by a person with normal eyesight, let alone somebody who struggles with seeing, if they're looking at their mobile device, or maybe they're on a smaller screen, and you really need to be thinking about your mobile users, particularly if you are driving traffic from the social web today, because a good majority of the people that are going to come to your blog from Facebook or from LinkedIn or from Twitter or Instagram, particularly, are coming on a mobile device. Okay, so you need to beautify it, and you need to beautify it in a way that it's going to display properly and optimized for that device. And I've done a ton of podcasts on mobile optimization, so I really encourage you to check those out and take a listen. Foundation number 8 is content. And here we want to make sure that our content is valuable, that our content is relevant, that it provides context, and that it is unique. And when we think about content for a blog, we're not just thinking about content that is text. I want you to think out of the box. It doesn't just need to be a long written page of text. I want you to think about how can you make that content engaging? How can you best connect with your audience member? Utilize things like audio. You're listening to this podcast today because you likely like to learn via audio. Use video, use images. So think about how can you connect with your user in combining different forms of media. And that is one of the best things about the web of today, is that as even a small business leader or owner, you have the ability to utilize video that you couldn't have done 10 to 15 years ago so easily, because nowadays things don't need to be perfect for video. You can start to integrate video into your communications and on your blog, and it can be really raw and real and say, hey, you know what? I just woke up this morning and here are 5 things that I think you need to know to do whatever it is your target audience needs to do for their business or their life on that day, depending on what service you are offering. So make it relevant, make it unique, make it connecting to them in a human way, and make sure that your content is the right length. And we talked about this earlier, but that you want to stay at minimum in between that 1,000 to 1,500 words, and never throw up a blog post that just has, 200 to 300 words, all in the form of bullets with a buy now link down at the bottom of the page. You're probably going to get very little, if any real business result in doing that. Why, you ask? Because you're going to have a hard time connecting with that reader in a real way. You're going to have a hard time providing any real value to that reader in 200 to 300 words. I mean, come on. We could go write that on a Facebook post, right? If somebody's coming to your blog, make it worth their time that they went to your blog versus reading your tweets, looking at your Instagram images, or looking at you talk and babble on Facebook, okay? Provide something that makes it worth that destination, and make your blog a destination that's going to help you build community and foster relationships. And I did a podcast episode not too long ago about talking about the risks of building your business on rented land, right? And that's one of the best opportunities we have with blogging is you are in control. You're able to build that platform and build that house and that structure that's going to support your overall mission and vision and path that you have for your business and your life. All right. Number 9 blog fundamental is accuracy and details. And this is pretty simple. Don't forget the details. Don't forget the spelling. Make sure you focus on grammar. There are many blogs out there, even in my own industry, that I do not read today because they are so poorly written. I mean, get the commas and the periods and the capitals and the spelling correct. You are going to have a very hard time establishing trust and authority and nurturing relationships that are going to help you grow your business if you are not focusing on the details. Make sure that your links are working. Make sure that if you have opt-in forms for people to sign up for your email newsletter or a call to action download where they're going to get a white paper, make sure you're telling the truth. Make sure you're not over promising and under delivering. Make sure if you say you're going to get this now, that they actually receive an email that includes a link or the file native to be able to download that call to action. Make sure you're accurate and make sure you have somebody on your team. And if you are not the person who's good at doing this, make sure you either outsource that, maybe hire a consultant or a virtual assistant to help look at the details. You cannot skip the details, because you don't want to lose people at hello. You want when people come to your blog or your website that they say, wow, this is a great place. I'm so happy that I found this and I know this is going to help me with my business or my life, whatever it is they are looking for. Last but not least is number 10, which is internal and external linking. Now here, these are links that are going to be included in your blog post that are either going to link to other resources within your own blog or externally on other blog or websites. Okay, so they're either an internal link or they're an external link. Now, let's talk about a couple scenarios where we would use each of these. So if we're talking about internal links, this could be linking to other blog posts that you've written, maybe other podcast episodes, other videos that you also have embedded on your own blog site. So you could say, hey, check out this video that I did a month ago talking about this topic. It'll give you a deeper, in-depth view on this topic. Similar to how I've mentioned to you today that I have several past podcast episodes, those will be linked to within the blog post that is the recap on this podcast. So if you go to socialzoomfactor.com/211, you will see this in action and you will see the resources that I'm providing to you. You will see call to actions. You will see other content that you can read and listen to and watch to engage, to learn, to be inspired, to be empowered, and to hopefully become part of our community. So I'm doing that so that I can help you, so that I can share my content with you, not just so you can buy from me, but so that you can learn, right? 90% of the people who come to your blog plus are never going to buy anything from you. But what is that 5% that maybe are going to buy a product or service from you? They're only going to buy that product or service from you when they feel that they trust you, when they know that you're going to be able to help them solve their problems. And by providing content and accuracy and details and value and resources in an easy way, you're going to be able to convert more business. You are going to have a more profitable blog. Now, when we look at external links, these are also going to be things that are going to be able to help your reader or your viewer, but they are going to be from a third-party source. So it could be, hey, and here's where I got the data for this. When I told you a specific statistic, for example, here is the report that I'm referring to, or here is a blog post that talks about this topic in detail. Now, internal and external linking can also help you with your SEO. So I encourage you to do some research on that. But as long as you are producing quality links that are going to quality internal pages and quality external pages, you don't need to worry about it too much. Make it valuable, and the SEO, Google is going to see that you're doing those things for the right reasons, and it's going to help your SEO if done right. So there you have it in a nutshell. I gave you 10 blog fundamentals. To recap, you need a mission, number 1. Number 2, you need a call to action. Number 3, you need a path to know where you are going and why. Number 4, you need structure, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Number 5, you need to define clearly what is in it for the reader. Number 6, you need to know who is your audience. Number 7, you need to beautify it. Number 8, you need powerful, compelling, unique, and valuable content. Number 9, you need to focus on accuracy and details. And number 10, you need internal and external linking with a focus on value for your reader. So I hope you receive value in this podcast episode today. Please check out the other resources we have available, as I have mentioned. I know your time is of most value, and I thank you for hanging with me today here on Social Zoom Factor. That's a wrap.
If you're ready to zoom your business and zoom your life, then don't let the end of this episode be the end of your journey. Visit socialzoomfactor.com/zoom for incredible free resources and guides. And be sure to join the Social Zoom Factor mailing list so you never miss an episode. We'll see you next time on Social Zoom Factor.